beautiful northwest coast of British Columbia. I watched a documentary on Alaska last night. Alaska's very close to here. In fact, we have a sign on the road up here. It's a tsunami evacuation sign. Tsunami evacuation route. When I first moved here from Vancouver Island down south, I was like, what is this? So, you guys, this is British Columbia, northwest British Columbia. It's beautiful up here. It's so much like Alaska, but obviously Alaska is a lot colder, especially in the winter. So I just wanted to show you guys my beautiful backyard. The beautiful northwest coast of British Columbia, very close to Alaska. There is a street sign up the road from here. I'll show you what direction it's in. That way. And it says tsunami evacuation route. It's pretty scary if you're not from here. You're like, what is this? So, you know, one thing is, I love Alaska. I love northwest British Columbia. I love the USA. And you gotta understand, growing up, all the cool movies I watched as a kid were all made in the USA. All the people I looked up to, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know, everyone, Superman, Spider-Man. It's the USA. These people are superheroes to me when I'm a kid. That stays with you through life, and I have nothing but respect for people from the USA in every sense. And I think it's absolutely hilarious how, and there's a lot of people in my family that are like this too. They think whatever the news tells us is correct. And if that was true, it would be on the news. Yet, these are the same people that honestly are trying to like start problems with our brothers and sisters down south and disrespecting. That's the biggest thing, is like, wow, you're that brainwashed. Like, I don't mean to be negative and, you know, talk like that, but it's so crazy because you could never brainwash me into disrespecting the Americans. I have nothing but respect for them, and I always will. And that's the thing, is like, that's the stuff that actually matters, is like respect and perspective and the energy you're putting out, and without even thinking about it. Like, people really need to give their head a shake, and, you know, they really need to look at the big picture of what's really going on in Canada, and they got to ask themselves why so many successful Canadians move to the USA when they become successful, or if they don't see eye to eye with the general, you know what I mean? The general perspective and outlook. There's so many reasons why, and like, people are so fast to be like, oh, you're a traitor. Like, who I really think about is, I think it's Brett Hull. He got dual citizenship and he chose to play in the USA. No doubt, in the Olympics instead of Canada. Makes sense. He has family ties. His father played in the USA. He obviously has, like, you know, an emotional connection at some level. So you can't always judge people for what they do. You know, it's like, we all have different experiences and we all think differently. So how can his perspective be the same as yours? Like, people are so quick to think that they're disrespecting them and disrespecting Canada for loving the USA or wanting to move to the USA. And it's like, it doesn't have to be like that. We can work together, and, you know, the same thing can be said in Canada. Imagine how great our country could be again if we linked together and we worked together and we decided that, like, all these surface level issues are actually meaningless, because who we are inside is what actually matters. And we all basically stand for the same thing at the end of the day and want the same things, yet we're separated, and that's exactly the reason why it's not going to happen. So You know, it'd be really cool if someone could just like, any politician step up to the plate and just be like, look, the fact is, this is the situation in our country. Things are pretty bad. Things are broken. This is what it's going to take for us to work together and fix the problem. And guys, like, that could take every Canadian basically working for free for like a year to fix things. And we're already basically doing that, and it's only going to get worse. So it makes sense for someone to just come forward at a political government level, because that's the only way like actual change can happen, and be honest and take accountability for their part. Maybe like someone who's been there from the beginning, and just be honest and say, this is what it's going to take for us to work together and fix this. And people can feel when someone's intentions are true and they actually mean what they're saying. So it can't just be anyone to do that. But I don't know, maybe I'm expecting too much, and maybe I'm just asking for too much.